Alrighty, let's see how badly this breaks now. This will be funny, hopefully. Yeah, she's just kind of jogging everywhere.
I'm flattered.
Through oncoming traffic, as you do. Running into a wall, good start. You're doing great. Yeah, Rail Canyon is like... that elicits emotion. When Rail Canyon was announced for Shadow Generations, I didn't know how to feel about it. How the hell did she get up there in like one jump? That's gotta be her AI fixing itself, like her AI pathing. Cause like, that was ridiculous. She just kind of wrong warped up here, basically.
I'm flattered.
I wouldn't keep chasing you if you didn't keep breaking into places.
That was less funny than I thought it would be, to be honest. I was really hoping that she'd just continue running into a wall and getting stuck in places. And that basically we'd end up with, like, and the chase ending on its own in, like, completely the wrong place. I was kind of hoping that would happen. Not even gonna lie. We should be fine. You know, I'm trying to remember which mission is which. I don't know... Oh.
Not bad. I actually had to push myself this time.
Hand over those jewels you took.
Jewels?
I saw you leaving that jewelry store. You know, the one with the alarm blasting.
I don't have any jewels.
Wait, what's your name?
Me? I'm Black Cat. And I just crossed your path. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Whoa. Black Cat, huh?
Oh, there it is. I saw this token during the cutscene. I'm like, I need to find it. Short hair, that's new. Yeah, this is a very interesting Black Cat design. I don't think I like it, to be honest.
Black Cat seems okay. Maybe a little bit of an attitude, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite hidden right for me. I appreciate the... I should stop talking. Yeah, I think it's the hair that's not doing it for me.
What am I...
This would have been the first time I've ever seen the character Black Cat in anything, because I don't really follow comics or the cartoons that much. So my knowledge of Spider-Man as a general franchise is very limited. Oh yeah, we have these little, like, date missions here. I don't know why they're date missions if, like, they've broken up at this point.
Peter, I guess you're running late. Or else you thought we were meeting at the movies. Anyway, the movie's starting soon, and I don't want to be late, so I headed over there. Meet me there, if you aren't already there.
I knew I was running later than I thought. I need to hurry. The movie's starting soon.
That's mine. Give it back.
So yeah, you have these missions where you just have to it's basically a time trial of sorts. You just have to get to a destination in a set time. Some of these are very strict though. Like some of these are pretty brutal to actually get to on time. He literally falls off the roof. It's like, that's not suspicious.
Made it. It's great to see you.
Hey, MJ.
Wow, that gives 600 points. We're probably pretty close to the next mission. Oh, the next mission's like one of the notorious ones, I think. I don't know if it'll be that bad for me, because I've played this game 50 times. But... yeah, I can see this being a problem on the first playthrough, so we'll have to see how this goes. I kind of have it memorized a little bit of like how to approach this set piece, which will definitely help a bit. If it's the mission I think it is. If it's not, then this will be very awkward, but I think the one I think it is the next one. The combo structure of this game is very basic. This is like a weird trend in sequels of this era, where it's like, I feel like the graphics get worse every time there's a sequel. So, like, we'll talk about it eventually, because this game is on the list too, tentatively. But Star Wars Battlefront, I think Star Wars Battlefront 1 looks a lot better than 2. It's obviously got a lot less content, but the gameplay mechanics are also very different. Battlefront 1, the cursor, like for aiming, is a reasonable size. It takes up like so much of the screen in 2 because the auto aim is so aggressive. Battlefront 2 just becomes more arcadey as a result and less like serious, I guess. Obviously Battlefront 2 is the more iconic game because you have like the story and everything. But in general, I do feel like Battlefront 1 is a little bit more of like a serious game. It also gives me motion sickness because of how bad the not depth of field, the how bad the camera zoom is. So that's fun. Yeah, it's like, look at all these upgrades I'm probably never gonna use, so I'm just not gonna buy them. Just gonna save myself a little time with that. So, back to the Daily Bugle. You also have like challenge missions. I haven't done a single one so far, just because they're like trick races, like, oh, do this trick through this, like... Okay, that was interesting. I think this cutscene's soft-locked. But I want to see how it progresses, so I'm gonna let it play out. I swear I've had this happen before. Like, this wouldn't be the first time. But yeah, this can happen occasionally. So unfortunately, I think we'll have to skip the cutscene entirely, because I didn't save, so I can't go back, obviously, without doing a bunch of other stuff. I'd have to do the chase again. Yeah, this is a very functional video game, as I'm discovering. So yeah, unfortunately we'll miss that. We don't even get any context, we're just still stuck in this hallway. What's supposed to happen is you're supposed to go to J. Jonah Jameson's office.
Pete, you know I can't just stop and chat.
Oh hey, we can actually go inside.
Why are you still here? You're fired. Get out! I have a paper to run. You're fired. Why are you still here?
So, like, what we're supposed to find out is, like, oh, Madison Square Garden, Mysterio's doing a bunch of stuff, so we need to go get photos. That's literally what that cutscene is for.
Prove I'm a fake, huh? This, I gotta see.
I forgot the exact context of the cutscene, but that's basically it. And yeah, I swear I've seen this before, where just the cutscene breaks. Because I have played this game so many times, I feel like I've run into weird quirks like that. So yeah, we're being challenged by Mysterio. That's the crux of the story.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the event of the century? Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the man we've all been waiting for. That most outrageous of conmen, the unscrupulous, our sequel, Spider-Man!
For those of you just joining us, Hollywood effects expert and Spider-Man critic Quentin Beck has issued a public challenge to the web-slinger. Bob, what do you think?
Well, Steve, it's a bold move, no doubt about it. Personally, my money's on Spider-Man.
All right, we'll have to see how it plays out. Here comes Quentin Beck now.
And now, your MC and host for this evening. You know his legendary work from such films as Cyborg Babysitter and Tears of an Alien Bounty Hunter. A man who has worked tirelessly for the entertainment of all mankind. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce that master of film magic and illusion, that expert of the unknown, the one, the only,
Thank you for coming, Spider-Man. I knew you couldn't resist.
I don't like people building a career off bad-mouthing me, Beck.
What about that newspaper man, Jameson?
JJ? He just has a knack for hiring good photographers.
Well, Spider-Man, now that you're here, let's get right to it. Your first challenge will be something you're supposedly quite good at. Rounding up criminals.
That's it. All right, whatever.
Oh, there's more to it than that. After you collect each criminal, deposit him in one of the 3 holding pits here. And by the way, you'll only get a point if you use the pit with the green light. I'll be competing against you, and there will be 3 waves of criminals. If I, with no so-called superpowers, collect more criminals than you in the allotted time, then the world will be able to see clearly what a sham you are.
I don't know what happened to make you so delusional, Beck, but bring it on.
Well, it looks like they're getting ready to start. According to the press release, the city's Department of Corrections provided the criminals Beck and Spidey will be collecting.
Right, Steve. And virtually every one of these convicted criminals is someone Spider-Man helped capture, including one celebrity criminal, Herman Schulz, a.k.a. the Shocker.
Well, it should be interesting to see how that affects the results. Oh, and looks like they're starting.
Ready, Spider-Man? Let's begin.
So I accidentally spoiled it. I forgot he's actually not Mysterio in this chapter. It's fine. It's okay. Anyway, we just need to throw them into the pit. Also, this is a 21-year-old game. So, like... that also has zero chance of ever being officially re-released. Based on a movie that is, like, also 21 years old. So I feel like if I'm going to accidentally spoil something, this is like, I could have spoiled something worse. So...
Isn't that enough?
wow, we're actually doing really good at this, apparently. This is very easy. I also should be saving very frequently. This has been a cursed playthrough already.
Spider-Man has taken an early lead. Clearly, this is one hero who knows what it takes to control a situation.
You're right, Steve. But Beck still has plenty of time. As a wise man once said, it ain't over till it's over.
Profound. 10 out of 10, no notes. I do like it when media for superheroes respects the audience's intelligence with things.
I'm better than you, Spider-Man.
When they're not being coy about stuff, like, oh my god, this character who obviously is the bad guy is the bad guy. Like, that just gets kind of annoying sometimes. So, like, the Insomniac games, I think, do a good job of it, of, like, establishing who the villain is really fast. Because they don't want to, like... They assume people have some knowledge of these characters, and thus they don't want to, like... oh my god, Dr. Octavius is making, like, metal arms. Who could have seen this coming? Like, villain reveals happen pretty fast.
He's going to have to do some fancy flying if he's going to make a comeback now.
No, don't do it!
Like, Miles Morales, for example. The villain is very obvious from the very beginning of the game, and they reveal the villain's identity, that they are said supervillain very early on, which is like, at least they don't try to drag out the reveal. There's something else I was watching recently where there was like a villain reveal, and it was like really fast, and I was like, oh, thank god, that they didn't try to be like, oh my god, is this character who's obviously a supervillain, like, a supervillain? This was a really weird time for superhero media, though. Wow, that was a blowout. Anyway, round 2.
That's all of them. How about it, Beck?
You're very clever, Spider-Man. You obviously have more tricks up your sleeve than I expected. Still, this last challenge will prove who is the better man once and for all.
Is that what this is really about, Beck? Proving that you're better than I am?
I don't have to answer that. You're the one being tested here, not me.
Whoa. Sounds like I hit a nerve.
This is our last challenge, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen how cleverly Spider-Man can maintain his illusion of heroism, but now, all his supposed skills and abilities will be put to the ultimate test in a one-on-one challenge against me. Here are the rules, Spider-Man. I have built an obstacle course. You will start here. All you have to do is reach the end of the course, hitting these switches along the way. I, meanwhile, will be manning an electric cannon. If I see you, you can be sure I'm gonna hit you with the cannon. Don't worry, the cannon is non-lethal, but once I hit you 3 times, the contest is over and I win.
That cannon doesn't sound too great, but if I back out now, I'll never live it down. Let's get this over with.
Well, I don't know about you, Bob, but from where I sit, things don't seem to be going so well for Quentin Beck.
I agree, Steve. He's going to have to do some pretty fancy shooting here if he wants anyone to take his claim seriously.
All right, now that you're in position, let's begin.
This legally counts as dialogue.
Why don't you just give up, Spider-Man?
Anyway, let's see how this goes. If I can get through without getting hit once, I'll be very happy, but the other thing is I sometimes get hit on purpose because it's faster. So we'll see how this goes. I could definitely cheese this if I decide to.
It has been, but that will be corrected soon enough.
Psychologists call that...
Yeah, fun thing on emulation, on Dolphin for the longest time, switches were actually bugged. Like, they would not respond. So, like, there was a workaround, I'm pretty sure. I forget what the workaround was, but, like, you have to use a specific workaround in Dolphin to get, like, the final switch to work. I don't understand why that was the case, but programming is weird sometimes. Yeah, I was talking a little bit about favorite superheroes. Spider-Man's obviously up there. I actually don't know who all would be my favorite superheroes at this point, as I'm not like super into like superheroes period anymore. My shallow self tends to just go for whatever character is the most gender sometimes. Lena Snow is definitely one of them, again, even though she has very shallow writing to my understanding of the comics, and even in game, even in Rivals, it feels like she does not have nearly as much interesting things to say as like every other character. I tend to like a lot of X-Men characters in general, if we're talking Marvel specifically. Like a lot of X-Men characters are really cool, I think. And again, I think X-Men in general has a lot of nuance. I'm really curious to see how Insomniac's Wolverine game is like, because again, the Insomniac ransomware attack, so supposedly the entire story might have leaked. Now, I've definitely seen things about where the story might go, but the director also left, like, fairly recently, and then went to work at, I think Crystal Dynamics or somewhere, on the Perfect Dark reboot, so I don't know if they're retooling the story for the Insomniac Wolverine game. And I don't know when the hell we'll even hear about this game too. Feels like it was forever ago. So I'm just gonna be like reckless. I'm gonna do this. That was a mistake.
Made it. And as for you, Beck, stick with the movies. It's obvious reality is way too much for you to handle.
How could he? It isn't fair. He doesn't deserve the spotlight. It just isn't fair. Oh, he can't win. He won't win. That smug bug. Let's see how he likes it when I turn this cannon to maximum power. Oh! What? The laser is overheating? Oh, stupid machine! Work! Work! Come on, work!
Problems with your laser, Beck? I hear there are pills for that now.
That's all.
This was too easy, Beck. I guess I should thank you, though. I really needed some good press for a change. See ya.
No, it's not fair. It's not fair. He shouldn't have won. All the work. The obstacle course. Yes, the obstacle course was good. Oh, the electric cannon. The electric cannon. Why? Why?
Hey, Beck, what was it like competing with Spider-Man? Is there anything that guy can't do?
Beck! Beck, what does this do to your theories about the web slinger? Are you ready to admit you were wrong?
I forgot there was a second cutscene, so that's why I started talking again. But what I was gonna say is, it's funny, I was kind of like early on in the cutscene being like, this sounds like Ratchet.
Hopefully that's the last.
And then he starts laughing in that second cutscene with the laser, and it's like, okay, yeah, no, this is Tidus. This is absolutely the actor. Now we just swing around. We need 1,200 more points. But yeah,
Give it to me straight. Do I look fat?
I kind of don't have strong opinions about the Wolverine game just because it's going to be violent, and thus I don't know how much I'll be interested in it. Yeah, it's then I look it up and it's like, yeah, it's James Earl Taylor.
I'll get him there right away.
Because in the first cutscene, it's like, I don't know if that's him or not. And then it's like, second cutscene, it's like, yeah, no, that's him, 100%. Yeah. If there's like an option in the Wolverine game to like turn off like gore, like Assassin's Creed Shadows has that, for example. To like disable like blood and gore. If Wolverine has anything like that, I'll be back on board with it. Insomniac tends to be really good with accessibility options, so I think that isn't a possibility of something they'll do. Even like Last of Us has an option to like tone down the gore a little bit, which is like surprising given how much you have to tone down. Even then, Last of Us is still too much for me, if I'm being real. That game is a lot to handle. It's like, I don't even dislike Last of Us for the reasons most people dislike The Last of Us. I just think it's too gory for me. And also just too bleak, emotionally speaking. Like, it's just a very depressing game. And thus, it's not very fun. And I'm not someone who's like, oh, every video game has to be like all sunshine and rainbows or anything like that. But I also just feel like, in general, Last of Us goes too dark, story-wise, for my liking. So yeah, Sony's output this gen has been very awkward in my opinion. I've basically played two PlayStation games this gen. One was Astro's Playroom, which is like the one that comes with the console. So I'm not even sure if I should count that or not. And the other is Spider-Man. Well, does that count? Ratchet. Let's go with Ratchet. You like angst as much as the next person, but there's definitely an upper limit to that. I guess gore warning for what I'm about to talk about. There's a part in... I get phantom pain. This is part of my issue with gore. That's presented hyper-realistically, is I get phantom pain. So for example, there's the old like WB show / CW show, Veronica Mars, where season 4, which was actually on Hulu instead of like CW, was like, oh, we're on streaming, so we can go like super gory with it.
How's it going?
So like the main antagonist of the season just kind of goes around decapitating a bunch of people, and they show a lot of detail. And it's one of those things where it's like, one, the show was still TV-14 despite that. I don't understand it. And two, I had really bad neck pain whenever I tried to watch an episode of that show. Eventually I had to just bail on it outright, because as much as I liked the old show, I just could not handle it. So, and also the story's bad, apparently, from what everyone was saying. So it wasn't even that worth it in general. But, yeah, I got bad phantom pain, and I got that again with Last of Us, actually. I don't know why Resident Evil is fine for me, though. That's the really confusing one, especially, like, the more recent games. But it is true, I still have an upper limit with that, specifically with Resident Evil 8 and 7, and probably 9, which is very upsetting to me. I feel like a lot of things aren't loading incorrectly. That card does not look correct. Yeah, I actually don't understand why I'm like okay about the Resident Evil like remakes. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense with my like gore tolerance elsewhere. Why like RE2 would be fine for me, or RE4 remake would be fine for me. Like genuinely inexplicable. To be fair with those, I do look away a lot, so I'm not like looking. I know what cutscenes are the really violent ones, so I'll just not look. So that also makes a difference, to be fair, but even then. It's like I'm really curious to see how the RE2 playthrough goes, because that is a favorite game of mine, so that would count for Fox Girls favorites. I kind of wonder how that playthrough would even do, given the content of the game. That is an interesting camera angle. I think we already have level swing, or level 4 swing, so I think we're good in that regard. So we should be thrown immediately into a mission after this.
So much.
Like, as soon as we go to Dr. Octavius' apartment, we'll immediately get tossed into a big thing, essentially. So a lot of times I'm not doing the side stuff until after the story, because you almost always will get enough points just by doing the normal mission. So you really don't need to, unless you just want to unlock everything, which I'm not, so... There's also no fast travel. You have to, like, manually swing everywhere, which in some ways is actually kind of refreshing. Given that the size of the world is still pretty reasonable. But it also is kind of a weird feeling at the same time. Like, so many open world games have, like, quality of life that this does not have as, like, the first game of its type. And yeah, as we were seeing, there are definitely consequences to being the first game of its type. In terms of, like, visual glitchiness, all sorts of other weirdness happening. Also in an era before patches, so, like, anything that is broken in this, you can't fix easily. They never did, like, a reprint as far as I'm aware. Yeah, we need level 4 air combo. We don't need it, but it'll be very helpful for later. There's a specific counter strike that I keep hoping will be in the shop, but I don't remember what chapter it appears in. Basically, more upgrades are unlocked every chapter or so. I don't remember which one goes where, or like which one corresponds to what part of the game. I also feel like violence is a cop-out. Like, you can convey a lot without, like, explicitly showing violence.
Ah, Peter, welcome.
Otto and I have been looking forward to seeing you again. You two chat, I'll go check on dinner.
Thank you for having me.
I don't know how I would manage without Rosie. When you find the woman for you, Peter, don't let her go. I digress. Here, let me show you something.
Actually, Dr. Octavius, may I ask you something?
Hmm?
The fusion reactor is brilliant, but how will you control the reaction?
Ah, that is the secret, isn't it? I'm
afraid the lecture will have to be delayed. Dinner is ready.
Ah. Well, I'll explain it over dinner, Peter. Shall we?
Dr. Octavius's theories are amazing. My head is still spinning from talking to him. Oh no. Mary Jane's play. If I hurry, I can still make it in time.
And of course, we're still late for things. This is actually a timed mission, which is fun. Let's kind of zip on over, I guess. Yeah, that's like the weird part about this gen is like, I like Great Circle for Indiana Jones, which was, you know, Xbox published. But like, I'm not interested in a single Xbox game besides that and Hi-Fi Rush, which is no longer Xbox. Thank goodness, actually. Wow, damn, that was fast. We had like 2.5 minutes to spare.
Covered from here. Let's do this.
What? Not now.
You sound so upset about this. You know, in terms of like Spider-Man media, there's actually still a lot I'm missing out on. Like, I still haven't seen The Amazing Spider-Man 2 or like most of the Tom Holland movies. The only one I've seen is No Way Home, actually. I have not seen Homecoming or Far From Home. And yeah, this kind of set the stage for a lot of movie games of this era, like The Incredible Hulk is also set in New York. This big open world thing.
Other people's time? You okay?
No, I'm fine, but they're getting away with my diamond.
There's actually a somewhat unique setup. You typically don't have enemies on the back of a truck like this. So, a unique scenario, for sure. But also landing on this is not the easiest thing in the world, if I recall correctly. Ah. It's kind of funny in modern Spider-Man games, you don't let you like eat dirt nearly as much as like in this game, where like if you're swinging too low, you'll just crash into the ground. Like the modern games literally have precautions in place.
I guess I finally have your attention.
Like there's systems in place to be like, oh well, if you get this low to the ground, they'll kind of keep you going like upwards. You can't like touch the ground easily.
Great. Finally, maybe I can still make it before the end.
Definitely not, because this is a game about Peter Parker suffering, which is also like just Marvel in general after a certain point, I feel.
John Jameson, what are you doing here?
Well, there's this beautiful girl in the cast.
Did she say Jameson? Someone shoot me now.
Stalking girls now? Well, that's pretty pathetic, don't you think? Or is she on your naughty list too?
Not exactly. What do you care anyway?
No reason. Just dropping by to say hi. By the way, remember those guys you beat up the other day in the art gallery?
I remember.
Well, it turns out there's a whole ring of them. I just happened to find their hideout the other day. I could show you. If you can take a break from the peeping Tom routine, that is.
Sure. I really wasn't spying, you know.
This loading time feels mildly scary, but we're fine. I'm still gonna save, like, a lot in this playthrough, given how much we broke this game already, as I've said before. I realize I repeat myself a lot. Like, I say things many times, because I kind of forget until I'm saying it again, in which case I'm like, oh wait, I already talked about this.
I think there may be hope for you yet.
Hey, I was just going easy on you before.
In general, I really do like open world games, and I do think just the freedom of like, I'm gonna swing around the city, like, for hours upon hours doing little side missions.
I think we got off on the wrong foot.
What made you come get me?
Isn't that what you do?
Well, yeah, but...
Hey, I can be nice. I don't always bite. Unless you want me to.
Come on now. Don't fall behind.
God, I wish that was that flexible, for the sake of like, not feeling like I'm hurting every time I try to like stretch remotely in like any context whatsoever.
No need to be nervous.
Thank you for the hydration check. I'll get to that in a moment.
You always take your time like this? Come on, let's go.
How far is this place?
Not too far. Just stay with me.
Yeah, I think we're pretty close to this location. Like, a couple more buildings across. I don't remember. It's been a bit since I've done this game in full.
Finally here. I was just about to settle in for a little nap. All right, let's go.
And then you have like Marvel Rivals, where I think a lot of characters in Marvel Rivals definitely, like Marvel Rivals has helped the popularity of a lot of characters for me. Like I obviously play Cloak and Dagger a lot, so I know more about them.
There they are, as advertised.
Get the rest of this stuff in the truck. We gotta get out of here before Spider-Man shows up.
Nice sculpture.
Alright, this is pretty straightforward if I recall. Oh, by the way, there's spider sense. You can slow down time. Because, like, this is 2004, everything wants to be the Matrix. I'm just not dodging anything because I'm being, like, not good at the game. I'm just kind of mashing buttons at this point. Not being nearly as careful as I should be. The irony is we're kind of coming up on, like, the halfway point of the game. And the stream hasn't been very long, so it's like, I don't know how much we'll have left next time. I might just do it on Thursday. and then do something else after. Speaking of Thursday, I think aren't there like 2 different events happening on Thursday? Because like there's the Capcom event at some point this week, I think it was the 26th, and then you have like an Arc System Works event too. So that'll be interesting, I suppose. There we go.
You know, we actually make a pretty good team. Cat? She took that statue. I must have sucker tattooed on my forehead.
It's like, what do you think was gonna happen? Alright, we only need 200 points. This will be very fast. But again, I, for one, am more interested in the Arxis event just because, like, with the Capcom event, it's pretty obvious that there's not going to be any big surprises. So, for example, they're saying, oh hi, chapter card. Yeah, there's only one mission, but it's a long-ass mission, so this will be interesting to see how long it takes. This is why I wanted the attack full air combo, because you need it, basically, for something in this chapter. But like, wait, did I get the token in there? Like, aka the thing I literally went in here for? I don't know if I did. Must have. But like they're saying it's Monster Hunter Wilds, Resident Evil Requiem, Pragmata, and Street Fighter 6. And yet there's a lot of like, oh my god, what if they announce like a new, like, fill in the blank? What if we'll get a new Ace Attorney? It's like, we're not getting an Ace Attorney in this. Like, maybe that's just me being negative or something, but I don't think it's gonna have anything new. I don't even think we're gonna get much out of the Resident Evil portion. Like, maybe I'm just being an naysayer, but I genuinely don't think they're gonna talk about anything. Yeah, probably Sagat's release date. That feels likely. The one thing I'm really doubting is getting any gameplay of Resident Evil 9. Like, I genuinely don't think we're getting gameplay at this showcase. Straight up. I think they'll just show the footage from the previous trailer. Yeah, anything can happen, but Capcom events typically just recap what has already been announced. Usually from PlayStation showcases, or in this case, Summer Games Fest. So yeah, I'm not like holding my breath for very much out of this at all.
Hi, Pete. You're looking a little down. Girl trouble?
Huh? Something like that.
Parker!
I'm right here, Mr. Jameson.
Don't just stand there with your mouth hanging open. Becca's having a news conference, and I need a photographer down there.
Another one? But didn't Spider-Man pass his tests?
They were rigged! Get down there, now!
Alright, another mission with this character that I totally did not spoil the identity of, as is. I think this is timed, right?
What do you think Beck's got this time?
Who knows? He's a little loopy, right? Hollywood types.
People of New York, I am Mysterio. I'll determine that your planet is ripe for conquest.
Mysterio?
Now I've seen everything.
And do not mock me giving a thing. Your fate is sealed.
Run for your lives!
Run for it!
Alright, a minute and a half to get all the way over there. Good thing I bought the upgrade. But yeah, again, I just genuinely think we'll not get anything out of Resident Evil 9 for a bit, because it's like February. And we still don't even know what perspective it is beyond just like gameplay demos from like Summer Games Fest being like, oh yeah, there's an option to toggle the two options, first or third person. Which is nice, but it's a case of like, will it actually be good? Because trying to do both can be a little bit wonky sometimes. Sometimes games that try to have both perspectives kind of do neither well, so that's kind of the fear there.
Help!
Okay, I'll bite. How did the fishbowl get stuck on your head?
Insolent human, you are no match for the power of Mysterio.
Mysterio? I think I had a bowl of Mysterios for breakfast.
I'm not going to make it!
I'm slipping!
I'm losing my grip!
I feel like a lot of the dialogue from Spider-Man in particular would be really good if delivered with any amount of emotion, but it is not. I mean, a lot of dialogue is so funny, I enjoy it, but it is not like, I would say, good dialogue, if that makes sense. It's just like, wow, he's totally phoning it in. This is better than Spider-Man 3's voice acting, I think. Which is kind of more of a testament to how really bad that game's voice acting is. There's another one over here. It always is slightly alarming to me when I can just do this, because like, as a kid, when I first played this is literally where I got stuck on the game for the longest time. I never got past this mission whenever I tried playing this game. I would always get stuck here for a long time. It would be like several attempted playthroughs later. Star struggled a lot on this mission. Yeah, I don't blame her for that at all. This mission is a huge wall. So it's like, it's a testament to how many times I've played this game since that I can just do this no problem. Ow, I say no problem as I fall directly into lava, but we're fine, we're alive. We are not fine, okay, we're good. We're making it. We are okay, cool. Problem solved. Now what? Do we actually have to fight all the robots? I don't remember, but the mission isn't ending, so I assume we do. Yeah, I think this is like the biggest wall, except for like the final boss. The final boss sucks, if I'm gonna be real. Not even the final boss directly, but the lead up to the final boss is awful, in my opinion. I still screw it up. We'll definitely be falling into water a few times in the final mission, if I had to bet. There we go, and then 2 more. This sucks. How are we even gonna deal with this? Because it is stuck underneath the balcony. Oh good, it unstuck itself, cool. We're fine.
A futile gesture, Spider-Human. Even as we speak, my armada is advancing on your city. Our first target will be your Statue of Liberty. You have no chance to survive. Make your time.
Alright, that was relatively painless, but again.
If he's attacking Lady Liberty, I'd better get over there in a hurry.
Definitely says more about, I think, the amount of times I played this game versus the game itself, because I do think this mission is, that part of the mission especially is kind of ass. This part's also kind of bad, to be honest. But I think it does, like, this is the hardest part of the game, I think. Which is unfortunate because it's like halfway through the game, and you get this huge difficulty spike. Again, I think it's going to be a very off.
A UFO invasion. Right.
I thought the game crashed for a moment, I was lingering on that, but yeah, what I was saying is, it's gonna be a very off-balance 2 streams, probably, like...
I have to admit, Mysterio knows how to make a scene.
If I do like a full 3-hour stream today, which is likely, we will not have much of the game left for next time. So either I will mess around in the open world, or I'll figure out something else to play. You know, when I would have really offloaded streams like that, or like front-loaded streams like that, I would always just do like Ring Racers as like a side game. But I actually decided against that at a point, because I just kind of want to dedicate like a full game clearing to Ring Racers at some point.
It seems kind of obvious to go after the giant brain. Mysterio sure is protecting it.
Luckily, Spider-Man kind of homes in on the orbs. Like he kind of gravitates to them, which is very helpful to know. Because you just have to get kind of in the vicinity, and you can just kind of, you know, magnetize to them a little bit. So just start kind of punching as you're just relatively in the area. Again, things that are like not obvious if you haven't played the game before, but again, I've played this game so much that I just know the ins and outs of how the physics work. If you do Ring Racers, hit you up. Okay, I will keep that in mind. Thank you. I should get something set up, to be honest, to do like collabs. I still don't really have a setup for it, unfortunately. There we go. Pizza cake. Now we just have to take out the brain. There's like a saw blade underneath, but it's very easy to destroy the brain.
It seems you're a more formidable opponent than I've given you credit for. I will have to deal with you personally. Come to my hidden fortress. There, I will defeat you once and for all.
UFOs? Hidden fortress? Give me a break. This guy's watching way too much late-night TV. Now, how do I get back from here?
You don't even explain it. It's like, how does he get back to the city? No, he's just there. Never mind.
Buddy, can you give me a lift? I left my wallet in my other costume.
Me riffing on the game, completely forgetting the cutscene, so that was awkward. Oops, but yeah, I appreciate the offers for help with Ring Racers. Part of me, though, kind of feels like I should do Robo Blast 2 first, because I've never actually played that in full. The only problem with Robo Blast 2 is motion sickness, potentially, because, yeah, that game controls. It sure does control. But yeah, I would be interested in trying that at some point, because I do like the vibe of all that, but it's just a matter of like getting to grips with like the gameplay, basically. I don't know if I'll get to this mission before the ad break ends, which is slightly tragic, because it'll be left off in a very awkward spot if we're mid-mission. I mean, we were last time, but still. Tried to play Robert Blast with a controller and it did not click. Yeah. I wish it kinda did click more, but oh well. Anyway, we have to go to Mysterio's apartment.
Wow. Mysterio's hidden fortress looks just like an apartment. A hidden door concealed by a bookcase? Mysterio, you brilliant fiend! Well, I guess I'd better check it out. Oh, glad no one was around to see that. Where the heck am I?
Welcome, Spider-Man. So glad you could drop in.
Hey, it's Mysterio. The cliché who walks like a man.
Silence! Prepare to meet your end in my Funhouse of Doom!
Funhouse of Doom? I thought you were an alien.
Silence! As I was saying, even as we speak, I am watching you from my hidden control room. Perhaps you can find me, if you survive. Let's begin now, shall we? Let me introduce you to my friend, Mr. Hoppenack. Such a cheerful fellow, isn't he? You'll soon discover that he's quite the cut-up.
Ugh. And I thought my jokes were bad. Okay,
So yeah, we have to fight these like balloon thingies. They have too much health. Like actually too much health.
I'd better be careful.
The fastest way to deal one hit and then counterattack, I think that deals the most, but it still takes a bit.
Come inside and discover the horrors that await you.
Look at this place. Let me guess, you're trying to make the cover of Supervillain Decorator Monthly, right, Mysterio?
Casually splats on the ground. Now we have to fight 3 of them. Oh joy.
Before, but never quite like that. What is going on?
In terms of other game clearing, I think the big one for me is Psychonauts, unfortunately. I don't know how to actually handle, like, approach that game given, like how long it is, for example. Like, I kind of keep worrying about committing to games that would take like 3 or 4 streams for like game clearing that I'm not guaranteed to actually like. Psychonauts is one that would be very much on faith because everyone seems to like Psychonauts, but I guess there's the fear of like, what if I don't? What if I'm like the one person who doesn't enjoy Psychonauts 1?
You're doing rather well, aren't you? Still, your run of luck can't last forever. How much longer before my traps bring you down, Spider-Man?
The only thing bringing me down is your crummy attitude, sourpuss.
Sure showed him, Spidey.
Back to normal at last. Huh. Looks like that chute is my only way down. Ready or not, Mysterio, here I come. I think I've lost some weight. Okay, fun time is over. I need to figure out how to get out of here so I can find Mysterio and knock some sense into that domed head of his. What was that?
Now, prepare to meet the most dangerous adversary, yourself.
There's the slight problem of this whole set piece of like, how does Mysterio do all this? Because if like, he's just some dude with like special effects, like how does he actually do all this? Okay, so basically the trick with this is like every, I think 3 mirrors is the one that you have to break. Yeah, so guess he's bad at math though.
You wear pointy ears to sci-fi conventions, don't you?
Hey, guess he's bad at math, huh? Okay, maybe it's every 2, it's every 2 mirrors, okay. My bad, I did not remember. Ow. It almost feels like this is more annoying than difficult. Probably 1 or 2 more. Ow. Yeah, 2 more. There we go. And I think I went too far. Never mind, we're fine. Cool. So that should reveal the exit over here. Hell yeah.
Looks like I found the exit. Finally. A hologram. Why should I be surprised?
You may have foiled my plans this time, Spider-Man, but I'll be back. I promise you that.
Uh-huh. Heard it before. About 1,000,000 times.
How is that entirely under his apartment?
Finally out of that crazy place. If I never see another carnival as long as I live, it'll be too soon. I wonder where Mysterio got to.
This actually would very easily get you to any point threshold, unless it was like 5,000 or something. Yeah, we're like flying through this game. I think there are 16 chapters, so like we are well past the halfway point as is, and we've been going for about 2 hours. Which is good, because it means I can easily beat this next stream. Easily. I will not regret saying it that way. Typically I've been trying to keep these like once a week. Like Mondays specifically. I might just do this on Thursday if we get another stream in. Just... Here it is, the best counter in the game. I'm definitely buying that right away. Other than that, again, look at all these moves I will never actually use, so I'm not gonna buy those. Anyway, as we're starting, very good timing on that. Oh, our goal is to actually just earn points, so we're gonna slow down a bit here. But yeah, we'll do that a little bit later. But first, I need to get up and stretch.